Today I'm going to give you a quick overview of one of my favorite sites to use in the classroom, Blooket. This site is wonderful to review for assessments or for independent practice. So I am logged into my teacher account, and as you can see, there's lots of great settings and things you can use. So to begin with, you can use Blooket to find lots of amazing reviews that are already created for you. So you can go to the Discover tab on the side and search for sets. There are lots of kind of crazy student-made ones, but you can search for any topics that you would like. So if you search for math, there's tons of different ones. You can search for specific standards. So you could search for addition within 20 or with regrouping, and you can see many topics created by other teachers, and then you can open them and preview the questions. If you find one that you like, you can simply favorite the Blooket, which is very helpful, and then they will show up in your account to use later. So you can save tons of different sets to assign to your students. Another thing that you can do is create Blookets. So my sets that I've already begun creating are here. You can also create new ones by using this create button. I'm going to start by taking a look at the set that I've already begun creating, but you could start creating a new set with the create button. So once you are creating a Blooket, you just give it a title, and you have the option to import questions from Quizlet if that's a tool that you use, or just begin from scratch. You can add questions that may look similar to another website that you've used before, but it's very simple to add text in and select the correct answer. And then once you have all your answers, you just check the correct answer and hit save, and it will add it to your questions. It's very simple to do this, and that's really all there is to it. So once you've created a set that you like, you can view it in My Sets, and I usually use the host feature, but there's many options that you can use. So I'm going to go ahead and hit the host button. And when I do this, you can see there's a ton of different game modes. So all of them work similarly, but just have a little bit of different games that your students can experience when they're playing along with each other. These games will be live when students are playing, but they play at their own pace. So there'll be like a mini game that students are playing, like they may have to be like doing these little cooking games in this one, but students are answering questions at their own pace. So they're collecting different things. It's very engaging. My class usually is super quiet and into the game when they're playing, and they just love all these different variations. So I think Blooket is great because there's so many different options to keep it fresh when they're playing these games. So you can choose anyone that you've liked and click host game. And then the time limit is the amount of time that students will be able to work independently. If your Blooket doesn't have very many questions, it will just repeat the questions over again. So 7 minutes is usually a good time frame unless you have many questions. And then I tell my students that they need to have their real name and their username, so I know who is who, and I can get data and things like that. So once you have the settings set up like you like, I usually use the defaults here, then you can click host now, and it will give students a code to use. And like other sites, you'll be able to see the names popping on, and then there will be a start button, and live scores and things will be shown on the screen as students are working. Students can also do these, and they work really well in Google Classroom. So you have to click around a little bit, but some of these say that you can post them as homework. And it's not every game style, but if it says homework, you can post a link elsewhere. So I usually do several days and think kind of like a week-long task, so that they can play it all week long in the classroom. And then once you have that set up, how long they're allowed to play the game, you can click assign now, and it will give you a link. So you can click to copy the link, and then I post this as an assignment on Google Classroom, and then you can see all of the data below, and you can keep coming back to this from the homework tab, but it allows you to see how many students are playing the Blooket and where the correct answers and things are, which is really helpful. So this is a great thing for students to work on if they have extra time. And like I said, they love the little mini games and the repetition for the questions, so it is really fun and engaging practice for students. Please let me know what questions you still have about Blooket and what you'd like to see next. Thanks for watching.